CMRI has changed, and I would argue changed for the better in the last 3 or 4 years. There are certain ways in which we have changed, which is tangible, jeta boja shohoj, and there are certain ways in which we have changed, which is maybe not tangible to all of you, people who are outside. And I'll talk more about the ways in which we have changed, which might not be apparent to you. So, one of the things that we have worked on under Shon's leadership, Mr. Shon Rotore's leadership in the last 2.5 years, and there's very good people in the non-medical part who have helped us in that journey, is the patient journey. So we feel that when patients come into hospital today, their families have a much better experience when they are leaving the hospital, and a lot of that credit goes partially to the doctors, but maybe much more to the nurses, to the housekeeping, to the administrative staff who handhold them through the experience. And while it's the leaders who actually try and step this down to the juniors, it's the juniors who actually take part in this experience. So I think as a team, as Team CMRI, we have done very well in patient experience in the last 2.5, 3 years. The other area that we have developed on, that we have worked on, I think, is working as a team. So I am a part of team pulmonology, there is team radiology, there is team ENT, there is team medicine, there is a lot of teams that work in CMRI today. And like I said, it's not the team leader. The team leader gets the accolades, they get the appreciation, but it is actually the other members of the team, both the doctor and the non-doctors, who together make it possible. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So in my team, I am fortunate to have Dr. Shyam Krishnan, who looks at interventions, and he'll talk in a little while about the patient how he's done interventional work. And it's not just peculiar to pulmonology CMRI, in a lot of departments, the infrastructure and the expertise. So infrastructure on one side, expertise that you get on the other side is probably the best in India. And while we are in this journey, maybe the recognition as being the best in the country has not come as yet, but it will come, I promise to you, in the next 2 to 3 years. If we can keep our focus and keep working, that will become apparent to all of you going forward. I spoke about infrastructure. The owners of the hospital are also focused on having the best technology that's available in the world in CMRI. So going forward, watch this space. You will find that in CMRI, you have technology which is available nowhere in the eastern part of the country, yes, but even more importantly, nowhere in the country here. I have worked in the best health systems in the UK for 10 years, and I can tell you that what we have in CMRI today in pulmonology, and I'm sure in other departments, I'm saying sure in other departments because I don't have first-hand experience of working outside pulmonology, but in other departments too, what you have is the very best that you have anywhere in the world, and you can only move forward from here. So I won't take a lot of your time. I know there's a lot of clinicians waiting. What we'll do is each of us have a patient here whom we have treated, and they've had a good experience, a good outcome in various ways. It might not just be in the way of technology. It might not just be in the way of having a very good outcome from a procedure which is done, but it would be in various ways. And I'll start off, and before I start, let me thank all of them. It's not easy to come to a podium and talk about your own disease. A lot of people would hesitate to do that. They would have a lot of mental inhibitions. But these people have all, I'm sure, fought through severe illness, had a lot of suffering, but still have the courage to come up on a stage and discuss the hardships that they have gone through. So I want you to put your hands together for all of our patients here who have come in today and are doing this for us. So I'll talk about Ashokadi. So Ashokadi came to us about 2011. Ashokadi thik bolche 2011. And she is someone who has severe asthma. So she came to us and was very sick. It was, I still remember, her mother who brought her into hospital. And she got admitted soon after we saw her first time in the emergency department. And then over the span of the next 2 years, And I promise you, I'm not lying to you, out of 730 days, she was probably an inpatient for about 365. So অর্ধেক বছর হাসপাতালে ভর্তি থাকতেন, শ্বাসকষ্ট হতো, নড়াচড়া করতে পারতেন না. She couldn't walk, she found talking difficult, and she kept getting flare-ups, and her asthma would not get better. I'm sure a few people in the audience have asthma, and you all know how bad an experience it is to feel that they cannot breathe. শ্বাস নিতে না পারার মতো কষ্ট মানুষের খুব অল্প হয়. সব অর্গান সিস্টেমেতেই খারাপ হলে কষ্ট হয়, but শ্বাস না নিতে পারা is a sensation which is suffocating, which is very, very distressing. She'll tell you about it. She owns a school, runs a school, and has a lot of students under her. So she could not go to work. She loves children, couldn't go and look after these children, teach these children, and look after the hundreds of staff who work under her. So we put her in the severe asthma clinic, which we used to run in my previous hospital and run here now. And we started her on drugs. And I want you to listen to this because you might not have heard of these drugs, which are called monoclonal antibodies. So monoclonal antibody holo আমাদের দেহে যেরকম অ্যান্টিবডি তৈরি হয় in response to an antigen. These are artificially produced small molecules which go and get attached to the organ which it is directed against. তো এখানে সেটা হলো শ্বাসনালী. It's the airway against which it is activated. তো asthma attack এ শ্বাসনালী সংকুচন হয়. The inner part of the breathing passage is swollen, it becomes red, and that is why you get the symptoms of asthma. The symptoms of asthma কি কি? কাশি হওয়া, বুকে শাই করা, শ্বাসকষ্ট হওয়া. That is what people with asthma have. And these symptoms are attributable to this inflammation or swelling of the breathing passage that I just spoke about. So the drug that we gave her is not important, but these are called under the broad umbrella of monoclonal antibodies. ভারতবর্ষে এখন অ্যাসমার জন্য এরকম 4 রকমের monoclonal antibody পাওয়া যায়. 2012 তে আমরা প্রথম monoclonal antibody পাই, and Ashokadi was one of the first patients to get it, and believe it, she has changed her life. This way you see her today, and she'll talk more about her quality of life. That's alone, I am no one to judge. She'll tell you her quality of life, but how life has changed for her from 2014 when she had her last admission to today would be unbelievable, and not just unbelievable, more importantly inspiring for all of you. You know, so the fact that a Saurav Ganguly can play in spite of asthma, and Amitabh Bachchan can do what he's doing today at the age of 82 with his asthma, and what Ashokada can do in spite of her asthma are exemplary for people like us, inspiring us to fight illness with positivity and making sure that we reach the shore. So I'll give it to Ashokadi. She'll talk about her life and experience briefly, and then we'll move on to other clinicians. Ashokadi.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You know about me, and look at me now. When I came here in the 2011, and from that period, I was always admitted in the hospital. It's a very painful and difficult life for me, and I think my life is changed. That times, Dr. Rajadhar, he is the savior in my life. The candle in the darkness, he hold my hand. So always I pray for her, for me, God bless him. After that, he inspired me, medication, everything is going on. I listen to everything. I cannot walk a step. I cannot talk. I cannot smile. I cannot do anything. So think about me. My life is in that times, and I think I will take a challenge. What he will tell me that you can do with the first injection and everything. I can do everything. And now I organize a school, ISC and ICSC school, you know, the big school, and the students, 10th of students, teachers, staffs. Every day I went up there. Today also the examinations is going on, my God. I don't have to, only for me. So my life changed totally, and I think everybody, if listens properly and do meditations and lives their lives very nicely, you can win everything. I hope so. I hope so. And lastly I tell you, that when you are invited to this place, where my Savior is present, so I think this is only not for that attitude. This is makes me feelings of optimistic feelings for life. Thank you everybody that you give me a chance to say me anything, but I do not remember that old days, that are past days. That is what already did. So now I am a young lady and live. Whatever my age, I will not tell you. But I especially recommend the name of the three persons who is associated with the team of doctors. That is the Manushi, Devdeep and Sudipta. Always inspired me all the crisis period. So thank you. Thank you all of you to come here and give me say some things about me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kari. I won't take much time, but